Over the weekend, I had the opportunity to go to WordCamp Sydney. Now, this is my second WordCamp ever, but it's the first WordCamp where I have volunteered. Because a lot of these open source camps and conferences need volunteers on the day to help with the registration desk, like signing people in, and also to run rooms. And the reason why I'm wearing this red shirt, if you can see, it's probably got WordCamp down on the bottom, is because the volunteers got a red shirt. The reason why I volunteered is because I am new to the WordPress community. I don't know that many WordPress people in Sydney, and the best way to meet new people is to volunteer. Because at the registration desk, when you're dealing with, 50, 60, 70 people coming in all at the same time, it's a great way to just introduce yourself to people, and then people remember you during the social part of the camp. And also you get to meet the organizers, which is also very important. Now, being a volunteer, you have to help out with whatever the organizers need help with. And so that can be preparing the shirts, making sure all of these registration cards are in alphabetical order. So when people come, they can easily find them, because we had about, a couple hundred of these spread across a table. And then you also help managing rooms. So we had 2 rooms, room 1 and room 2. That's what they were called. Normally the rooms are sponsored and they have names, but in this case, we just had room 1 and room 2. And I spent most of my time in room 2. So as a room manager, I would introduce the speaker to the audience, which was a bit scary at first because all of a sudden I had to speak in front of 50, 60 people. But after a few intros, I kind of got the hang of it. And then as a room helper, you would run around with a mic during questions time and make sure people ask their question in the mic, because the camp was live streamed to people at home. I think for $15 you could actually get a live stream ticket. And so for the people watching it on the live stream, it's important that they can hear the question. So as a room helper and a manager, during the questions time, you'll just be running around making sure people are asking their question in the mic. And then if they have a follow-up statement, to make sure that they use the mic again. Because often they would ask a question and then they will keep asking without the mic. And then sometimes you have to just remind them, okay, well, can you please speak in a mic? Now, the quality of the presentations were pretty good. Now, me being a mid-level WordPress developer and site builder, I got a lot from most of the sessions. Now, I may not know all of WordPress's APIs, but if I get stuck somewhere in the code, I can easily just open up PHP Storm, drop a breakpoint, and use Xdebug to figure my way around. But it's still good to understand the fundamentals and the foundation of WordPress, and that's what I got by going to a lot of these sessions. There were 2 sessions that really stood out for me. The first one was WordPress plugin development for developers and business owners. Now, this session went into details about running and creating WordPress plugins. And the second one was digital nomad development. And in this session, the presenter talked about his experiences as a freelancer while traveling the world, building WordPress sites, but also going to amazing exotic places. And the presentation had a lot of details about how you can do it, about services out there which you can use to pay for a ticket, and that will sort everything out for you in the location and make sure you have good internet. Now, I did a bit of traveling when I was younger, pre-kids. I do wish I did a bit more traveling. So here's a top tip for this video. If you are young-ish, well, you can be in your 30s or 40s, doesn't matter. 50s, I don't want to be ageist. But if you don't have any kids, that's the biggest thing. And you can travel, make the most of your life and travel, especially if you can work remotely. Now, one of the surprising things that he said in his presentation was that a lot of the people that he's traveled with are full-time employees. So they have a full-time job, but their employer just allows them to work from anywhere. So if you can work from home, well, then you can really work from anywhere, as long as you're dealing in the right time zones. You don't want to be in Europe while working for Australian clients, because it's literally the opposite. Well, it's not that bad, actually. If you're in the US, then it's bad. But I'd highly recommend the session. Anyway, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed my little quick review on WordCamp Sydney 2018. And there will be a WordCamp in Brisbane at the end of October this year, and I will add a link below the video for more details. Anyway, thank you so much, and I'll catch you next time.